I don't know which one of us starts talking. I just... As we all just sit here stone silent, like, who's gonna talk? Okay, I'll kick us off. Hi, I'm PT. Many of you know me as the somehow fearless leader of Black and the Flash, and I'm here on stage. I'm on stage. The Black and the Flash community has insisted that I should get my butt on stage and do a speed run, and I am here with my wonderful partner, Cypherin, to do Cuphead co-op 80% 1.1. Oh my God. I don't know if I have more words. I need someone else to talk besides me.
I'll chime in. Hey, Cypherin here. If you caught the Battletoads run yesterday, I couldn't speak too much. I'm a little better, but not out of the woods. So as our commentators ask, maybe some technical questions here and there, I'll give my best technical answer. But yeah, happy to be here, speed running this game with PT, and also being part of the committee to help put Back to Black together for you all. So hoping you all are enjoying this so far and that you enjoy this run coming up.
And then Ash and Jen, you want to introduce yourselves, say hi to all the viewers at home?
Yes. Hi, I will chime in. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another amazing day at Back to Black. Thank you, PT and Jen, for having me. It's been fun hosting, but now I get to be on the opposite side and sit on the couch with the incredible and amazing GeneralAndrews, who is so fluent in Cuphead. I learned tons from them at GDQX. So I'm excited to just chop it up with y'all today.
Yo, thanks for having me. I know I'm really excited that I don't have the pressure of having to face these bosses all over again.
Wow.
Especially with the difficulty these two, really, really good runners are about to showcase. So I'm so thankful that y'all are taking the stress from me today, and I just get to enjoy how awesome you are.
He knows I'm nervous to say all these things. Wow. Absolutely diabolical.
I'm already thrown out. I'm sorry, folks.
Okay, so before we get started, I do want to kind of explain a little bit about the run because it's very wordy, and I want y'all to actually have the time to see and enjoy the run without hearing me yap the entire time. So we are playing 80% co-op 1.1 plus. We are actually playing on patch 1.15. The reason that we're doing that is because of a thing that was not patched out yet, and that is the EX Lobber glitch. This allows us to shoot EX lobbers or lobber specials into the ground, and they will do double damage. And if you shoot them on angles, they can also do triple damage. And that's going to be huge for all the time save that we need to get through a lot of these bosses. There's a couple other quirky things that are in there, but that's the primary reason that we're going to be doing it. And if you want to follow along with who's playing who, Cypherin is going to be Cuphead, the original character, whereas I am going to be playing the titular Mugman. So if you want to just keep track of it, Cypherin is going to be red, and I am going to be blue. There's a couple other things that we will talk about over the course of the run, and as always, the commentary is going to be here to talk about it. And if you want to ask questions because you're like, PT, I looked at those notes and they make 0 sense. You're going to have to explain this for me. That is what we're here for. But otherwise, I'm going to let the commentators kind of take things off. But I think my partner would like us to count us down because we are going to start when we start a new game. So, are we all ready?
Very ready.
Ready.
All right, Cypherin, I'm going to take a note from you. When I say go, you can hit the button. So we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So do we want to cover some of these co-op rules here, Ash?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. So one thing that's really interesting to me is this whole if the character dies thing. I did not know that about the run. They have to stay alive, chat. And as you all know, this game is tough to stay alive. So I love that if one person dies, the other person must revive or get the kill within 5 seconds. Alternatively, if one person dies, the other person has enough health, the dead person can steal health to revive. So I always thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it takes me back to old school games where if your partner had an extra life, it's like, oh, take mine. Get back in here. Let's go. It's not just them being nice. It's what they have to do to fulfill this challenging run ahead.
Yeah, and literally, if they're off screen and dead for more than 5 seconds, the attempt is invalid. So they gotta stay on their toes. They have to make sure they're paying attention to everything that's going on, each other's health, and there's not a lot of health to spare with 3 HP and some of these enemies taking away 1 or 2 at a time.
Absolutely. So now what you're noticing here, the reason they restarted that level, this run and gun level, actually only one of them has to complete it, but they do need all 5 coins because they're going to buy a couple of upgrades in the shop. So once that little pink parry ball was gone, that's why they really had to reset, not because one of their characters died. Compared to the boss fights, they both do have to live.
Yeah.
Or within 5 seconds, like Ash had said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so something that just happened there is we tried to go for a little bit of a skip. It's a little bit dangerous though because of the fact that one of us needs to have at least 2 or 3 health in order to get out of there. And as you kind of highlighted very, very perfectly, if one of us died in the process of that, it's perfectly fine. But for the rest of the run, we have 5 seconds to either steal health, parry, or get the kill. Otherwise, if you wanted to submit this, the run would be invalidated.
Oof.
Oof,
And we
indeed.
don't want that to happen. Like this is tough, you know.
This is sweaty work they got going on here. And now you're going to see some sweaty pickups. So they're grabbing both the spread and the lobber. Okay.
Sweaty
I love the
pickups.
sweaty pickups.
Sweaty pickups is diabolical. That is diabolical.
telling you.
Also, very ironically,
telling you.
Cypherin and I have been struggling to get most of that menu skip throughout all of our tenure. What just happened is like the closest to it that we've got, which is wild that we're in
That
the
was
live
so
setting.
smooth. That was so smooth. I was like, okay, I see that.
Oh my gosh.
Now, folks, I'm
So-
sorry that they took out the potato that Thor would have played the next game with in the future, but that's for another day. Sorry, Ash, you go ahead.
Totally amazing. I love that tie-in.
Oh my gosh. Shout outs to Thor and the alternative controllers that make my brain absolutely itch. Also,
Oh my God.
wonderful member as well of the Black and the Flash community.
Yes.
So I'm going to take a moment to explain something I was doing here on the carrot to help get some damage in and also get rid of those extra carrots, and that's called the Caliber Swap. Caliber swaps are going to be really important because what they do there is while I'm shooting my spread, I'm also going to quickly swap to do an EX lobber and then swap back to my spread. And that's going to be on the same frame, which allows me to get the extra out while continuing my DPS with my spread. So you're going to see a lot of caliber swapping in this entire run.
And I noticed in the notes PT, it's a specific patch of the game that allows you to do this. Is there like some patches where you can't, where that won't work?
So the caliber swapping, I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure because this is the only one that I've personally been doing. That would be
Got it.
left to the experts like Grandius, whose tutorial we followed to actually learn this run, or
Right.
SBD Wolf, who is one of the primary runners and world record holders. Some of you might have seen them in SGDQ doing some hecking dang races with their buddy Kithar. Those would be some experts that will have that information for you on deck. So what we're doing here
Gotcha.
is we're going to try and go for a little bit of a skip. We might have it. We do. So we just did a phase skip on Rybby and Croaks. There's an entire second phase there that no one wants that phase.
No.
No one
Yeah.
cares about that phase. We're gonna,
It's just a bunch of hot wind going on there. So thankfully, they're moving on past that and playing a little slots. Let's hope they get lucky. Mid-range here.
So this is actually particularly funny because I really enjoy the bulls. Cypherin in particular hates them.
I hate them.
We are big advocates of the frog in this house, but of course that means we did not get the frog.
But this is the worst one, folks. That's why I was saying mid. This is diabolical right here, but
Yes,
nice. Okay.
but we might be able to get it. And we got it.
Woo, nice.
So-
GG.
So tigers
Yeah,
are
it
by
got paid out.
Yeah, tigers are by far the worst one just because you have the spinning with the bouncy ball and there's a lot of concentration that goes there. There's a little bit of a sweet spot you can hit either on the backside or the front. I am not personally skilled enough to do it on the front just yet. That is on my agenda of things to do. But if you pay attention, you'll notice a pattern because with the bouncy balls, they're consistent. With the frogs, they speed up over time. And then with the bull, it speeds up a little bit, but the big thing there is that the beams alternate between top and bottom. And I like those. But Cypherin just kind of, we won't talk about it no more. We're going to talk about Gooby instead.
Hey, can I talk about something real quickly here? Because you all
Yes,
are knocking
obviously.
this out. And
I was going to say, we are getting some great donations right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, even more so. I started off this block with saying we just passed 21K. We're past 22K already within all of that explanation. That was way fast. Everyone's trying to speed run out here, and they're trying to keep up your pace as well. And I think the donation from Top Secret Fox saying the wine cellar and creature has entered the chat with $300 donation is very apropos to what we've seen coming through the floodgates right now. You all are
very good, Goopy.
Kicking a bunch of buns.
Excellent, Goopy. Excellent, Goopy. What we did there is something else that we haven't quite talked about yet, and I'm going to steal the floor for just a second, is how health... Nice double star, by the way. Hello? Sorry. Is going to be how health works for all of these bosses. Some of them, they go in between phases and they're invulnerable. Goopy Legrand is not fortunate enough to have that. His health bar is active through his entire fight. So when he takes 970 years to phase, he can still take damage, which does not work in his benefit as a result, because we're just going to keep shooting him. We're going to keep shooting him.
And they did have to go into that little mini tutorial you saw, folks, because that allows them to get the bridge to cross to fight this boss right here, Hildeberg, the first iteration of a flying level, which is actually a very, very good level if we've got some more donations to read. I think this would be an ideal time.
Oh, we've got plenty. We have $500 from Char Bunny saying, PT, your dedication to uplifting this community and showcasing Black excellence is so wonderful. It's impossible to not look up to you as an inspiration. Thank you for everything you and your incredible team do. And Black Joy, heck yeah.
Black Joy, heck
also,
yeah.
I know you were... Yeah. Also, I know you're de-rusting this run, so as a tip, you want to wait to throw a Pokeball until the Pokemon is lower on health.
There's no Pokemon in this game. That is not correct. That is an incorrect assessment. Also, I may need to swap because I have bad news for everybody. My controller is acting up.
Oh.
Yeah, so can I get some...
You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm sure we got donations we can use to fill the time.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the love of PT is just overflowing right now like a cup full of some type of liquid or something like that. Warm liquid. I don't know which one, but Will Millet Strike gives $50 saying, let's go, PT. I've happily been a member of the wine cellar for 7 years. Proud of the journey you've made, PT, and the work you've done in every community you're a part of. Black Lives Matter, Black Trans Lives Matter as well. So thank you so much for that donation. Greatly appreciate you.
All right, I think my controller is back in action. We had some bad IRL RNG. My controller was trying to unplug.
Well then, okay.
Ooh.
Okay. I didn't know that's like the new Cuphead challenge.
Yeah.
Play with like a half unplugged in controller.
Yeah, we're trying to channel our inner J-Rock, it looks like. I was trying to play without hands. I have bad news for everybody. It could never be me. I am, in fact, not built differently. Or one would say I am built differently incorrect, but that is not, no. So yeah, we're still on Hildeberg as a direct result of that because my controller decided it wanted to throw. But we could get some more heckin' dang donations if you felt so inclined.
I feel very inclined already because remember when I said, this is a great memory, everybody. Remember when I said we were at 22K and we just surpassed that?
Yeah.
We're at 23K now.
Let's go.
And that is a huge thanks to Mina, who just slammed down the $1,000 button and said, let's make it 23. Wine cellar represents. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Mina. That is meaning the world to us.
Go.
Thank you so much, Mina. Shout out to the Wine Cellar always. I've been on Twitch streaming for about 8 years now, and Mina has been one of my longtime regulars, huge supporter. Actually found me through another channel while I was fundraising my first time ever for St. Jude Play Live, and has been just absolutely a beacon in the community. All the love to all my wino babies out there. I appreciate you, I love you, and y'all know how much I've been working on this and how much I care about Black in the Flash. So I'm gonna focus now because I can't do PT cry percent mid-run. Yeah, someone else has to start talking. Please, I'm begging you.
All right, Ash, you want to take that away?
Yeah, let's get into some awesome action. That was a really great Hildeberg fight. I know we're getting up to Cagney next, but before we head into that, Ryyudo, I would really love it if you could let us know what incentives and bid wars might be happening right now, because there's some good stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mentioned a little bit earlier before we went live that we have the 80% all major glitches for The Legend of Zelda, and that'll be for Link to the Past. So that will be a separate speed run. Right now, we're sitting at a very cromulent percent with at $1,741 outside of the $2,500 that's needed for that. So keep that rolling in. And linked to the Link to the Past is the file name choice, which currently has overwhelmingly been taken over by Joy with $325, but there is still time to get that file name in there. So please take this opportunity to do as such. But additionally, alongside with the bid wars, we also have the best schedule block, which right now, Castlevania is winning. The Vania block is winning right now. But we do have $10 from Pokemon Engineers saying, it's my birthday and I'm personally offended Silly Block isn't the best block. So putting that $10 there, which Silly Block is kind of close with Vania, within a $100 shot about there. So please keep that rolling.
Nice. And I think I remember that time we talked about we were at 23K. I think we're at 24K now.
We are at 24K now. I literally looked down to settle some stuff on my side, and I look back up, and we are at 24K. You all are flying through this in more ways than one. Thank you so much. I literally cannot keep up.
I feel like that's just the chat challenging you. They said, why don't you get into the speed run?
For real.
They said,
well, that was a good Cagney fight. Y'all just like blew it away, but thank you,
They
Ryyudo,
provided
for those
all the
updates.
weed killer while that chat was going on. So that was impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
That was beautiful.
So what we're going to come up on now is Baroness von Bombom, which is one of the first big walls of the fight. And as you can hear Jen saying, absolute hater energy required. Oh my, okay, nope, I'm done talking.
So they got to focus here, because the Muffin Man is the worst of the mini bosses you have to fight for. The Baron just goes all over the place. As you can see, thankfully they made quick over. They made me look like I wasn't knowing what I was talking about there, but I'm glad to see it. Now, here with the candy corn, it's not so bad on simple. It's much tougher on regular, because you see these little baby candy corns? Man, they get stuck in your teeth and they start messing up your run, and like they're trying to go really quick. So good job on them getting through that one.
Candy corn sucks, and I won't be silenced.
Baby candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn sucks even IRL, and I won't be silenced.
How dare you? I'm coming over there right now.
No, you're not.
I was gonna say I'm a candy corn enjoyer, and chat.
You're wrong.
Love to know who out there is a candy corn enjoyer like me. Let me know in some donation messages.
You're wrong.
Ash doesn't have taste. Ash doesn't have taste buds.
Correct.
Open the bid war.
No.
Come on.
So on a.
You see this, y'all?
Yeah.
I'm being bullied. Okay, I'm good. So I was going to mention something very important about this in particular, is that something that's very dangerous about the RNG in co-op is that when it comes to things like Baroness von Bonbon's head that was floating around there is no designated target. You do not get the luxury of saying, oh, it's after Cypherin, so that means PT can get free damage. No, the RNG, every time that head moves, decides on the whim who they want to go after. So both players have to pay attention to where is that head going and what that head do, because if you don't, you will mess around and get hit. And that's why you heard me kind of shrieking there for a second, because there was 2 passes where it went after Cypherin. And as I tried to move in, she changed her mind. It's like, nah, I want the blue one. And so I had to, on the whim, decide, do I keep shooting or do I jump out of the way? So we have another shooter level. This is, I don't say Wally Warbles. I don't actually remember his name because I think he's horrible. I think he's ugly. And
You're right.
He's just kind of there. And the big thing we want to worry about here on this fight is making sure that when he phases, he's not towards the top of the screen. Because towards the top of the screen, he's kind of a nightmare. We have him in good placement here, so there's not really a whole lot more. There's a few small things. Can we sneak in a couple of Donny Poos?
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to go back really quickly there, because I was mentioning the Legend of Zelda all major glitches run. So we are now at 71% left, or not left, excuse me, filled on that one there. So we are getting even closer, because all y'all's donations rolling through so quickly has filled out that bar so fast, and is I just want to state that it's been hard to keep up, but it is going so swimmingly. So make sure you still keep that going there. The run will be happening in about 2-ish hours or so. So do not slack on that. If you want to see it happen, make it happen. And also, we do have a donation for $50 from Oyster saying PT overcoming the controller unplugging itself mid-run is the ultimate power move. Go PT and go race forward, which is impressive because we got that amazing tutorial at the beginning of before the run started. So we actually know that PT is the best there ever was and the best there ever will be, and we should be talking about that a lot more.
I don't know about all
That's
that.
true.
That was by far one of our best birds, though. That was excellent.
You cannot say I don't know about that and then say that was my best, by the way.
I did not say my. I said our. This is a team effort. You are not going to have Cypherin erasure on this microphone.
Hello, Ryyudo.
But no, we are not doing Cypherin erasure. I know you back there talking about Earl Grey and all that. We are not tolerating Cypherin erasure. That's a no-go. Especially considering there are people in the Cuphead community who are Cypherin fans. You have to think of the Cuphead fans. They're hurt. They're upset.
Okay, fair.
But yeah, that was weird. Like, I actually looked down because I kept hearing my controller unplug, and I was like, I can persevere. And then when my plane stopped, I was like, I cannot persevere. Okay, I have to unplug.
Speaking of unplugging on this boss, thankfully there's no unplugging on the hit bar.
Yes.
You're going to see them take advantage of the ability to keep on doing damage throughout the fight. The only time it's going to not be doing damage is this slight transition right here. You're going to see all these little pieces, these faces on the columns. Those all actually take damage. They're not just, oh, you have to get through them to get to the boss. Like, that's why you'll see them packing on 2 of them. They're taking as much health away from the next phase so they can get through this boss even quicker.
Yeah, and it's usually we want to try to do something like 5 or 6 bullets and then a grenade. It might go a little bit faster. We're going to see how swift we can get out of this sarcophagus. The sarcophagus traumatized Ash at GDQX.
Oh, yeah.
So we have to make sure that he is out of here as quickly as possible because we don't like scared Ash. Okay, he's out of here. Ash is safe. Nothing else matters.
Good. Get him out.
That was still one of the funniest moments ever. Where you're just like, what is this sarcophagus doing? And I'm like, I will etch that into my brain for eternity.
Classic.
So now we have the puppet stage, and this isn't too bad. It's just kind of annoying. Cypherin was giving me a free parry because he's a great teammate. And then he should.
What they tried there at first, they wanted to get the isolated hat, but the hat decided to not cooperate as well as they wanted. But they're doing okay. They're making it work.
Cypherin.
Yeah. And they're just going to stick right above the pipe here.
I think that's the first time I've had it happen. Oh, but I still got the bomb.
Nice.
You're not safe. Excuse me, sir. Sir? Sir? You even get the bomb.
It's all right.
No, it's fine.
Good job.
Out of here.
I get him out of here. So one thing about the plane levels that I have a personal hatred for is really the fact that there's not really a lot of tech you can do in them. So you just are always bound by like at least a solid minute and some change of gameplay. And you're like, ugh, but we're going fast. And now we're on that clown.
Folks, if you have any fears of them, please look away because this is a really diabolical clown you're about to see.
He's
on
awful.
screen. So
He's absolutely awful.
Trying to clown on everybody. I don't think.
You know what? You're not doing this either. We are not. These are things I'm not going to tolerate today. I'm going to have to tolerate it. It's my event. I don't know why I said that out loud. I'm so sorry.
I love when you stack the lobs like that to, stack your damage up.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like a really fun way to hit the boss.
Oh yeah, the lobber traps are always quality because for everyone watching at home, the way that the lobber traps actually work is that we'll put a bunch of lobbers on screen just like this, and they're still active. So it's a case of bosses can, when they load in, run into them. We're gonna watch out here. Oh, you tried.
robbed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you got robbed by the pole of the horse. I'll call it nonsense.
And that was some bad RNG anyways. They really do want left side setup, so they have all the time in the world to see the roller coaster come from the right side of the screen. But that's why they want to show you again. They're going to show you the good stuff this time.
Yes, I was going to say, the left side is the preferred setup just because that means we can dump a bunch of damage into him. And also, if he's over there and we're set up correctly, we can also single cycle him, which is the absolute ideal setup. But then we can actually talk a little bit more about some of this too, because we got these heckin' dang doggos that are trying to chomp at you. Diabolical that they made them into balloons. and are just like, look at the cute puppies. These are not cute puppies. So here's what we want.
Here we go.
And we're going to just try and dump a bunch of damage into him. We're going to try and single cycle him, see if we can get him out before the roller coaster. We do.
Look at that. It was great.
Nice.
So
that's a huge time save, folks.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because now he's
This
just
takes
going
so much effort, coordination, y'all. Like, they really have to be on the ball and be in sync here.
Speaking of in sync, we haven't talked about the stipulation of playing on co-op, because when you play on co-op, you and your comrade do half damage, and the bosses do not take anything additional. You have to just make sure that you're both cooperating and trying to get the actual damage out. And if you don't, you'll know. Now, the nice thing about it is if we weren't playing in a speedrunning setting and you're playing this casually with your partner or your bestie or a homie on your couch and whatnot, if you die and you actually continue the fight, the game will actually revert the remaining player back to full-scale damage. This way, you're not hamstrung through the process. But as long as there's two players on the screen, both players are going to do half damage with the intention of you both contributing to get the clear. It's a fun fact.
Which is why the 5-second rule is in place, because otherwise that'd be a strat that'd be probably abused to high heavens, and it wouldn't be a real co-op run then.
Now there are a couple of higher level strats that you'll see from higher level players. When we're talking about higher level players, we're talking about people that are like in the sub 30-minute category of the game. Some of those co-op games, you'll actually see them do what's called a sticky ghost. Sticky ghosting is when you actually allow a player to die and their ghost gets stuck on the screen. And,
oh my gosh.
And because the ghost is stuck on the screen, you can actually use that as a strategy to continue fights. You can use them for parries, and it does not violate your 5-second rule because your character is still on the screen and they are still technically in play.
Yeah, it's so wild.
Yes.
Thank you for that info. I did not know that at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
So something you'll see over time that I was kind of mentioning to Ash and Jen before the call, and then a little bit of practice that we've had, is Cypherin and I play with distinctly different play styles, because Cypherin is the speedrunning pro that's on the controller, and he plays very, very aggressively, but he's also very accustomed to speedrunning and has veteran status. I am Baby. I am actually more of a challenge runner, personally, which is wild to say because it's like, I like to play things like Bloodborne Hitless. We're not going to talk about that. But because of that, I'm someone that's very, very meticulous in my gameplay. So I'm the person that's been like running around, getting strats, grabbing the notes. I want to see how things work. And we were talking about it in terms of cooking. I'm someone that I'm willing to follow the recipe at least once and then adjust it. Cypherin is someone that he throws the recipe away and he's just like, no, we're gonna see what happens. I have the general gist of it. It's fine. And both methods work. Both methods work. Sometimes you make things without instructions and it's questionable. And sometimes you follow the instructions too much and it's a little bit too tedious and it's a little bit kind of lacking. And then other times everything works out really well. But we're done with Isle 2.
Impressive, because now we got some of the harder bosses coming up here, which is going to be interesting here when they go into this next boss, Miss Honeybottoms. There's going to be quite a want for skipping a very particular phase known as the airplane phase. So let's see if they can set us up nicely and no commentators curse. Thank you very much.
With that said, Cypherin and I are probably going to focus up on this one a little bit, so I want to give the floor to Ryyudo. You want to let us know about some heck and dang donations, maybe some cute notes from chat, or maybe even some updates on those incentive poos?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have to back up for this one because we did have a $20 donation from Lori D. Bunnykins.
Bunnykins.
Let's go, PT and Cypherin! Back to Black is one of my favorite events of the year. I'm so excited for this run and the rest of the weekend. Best of luck on the tough bosses, and Black trans lives matter. And just once again, thank you, Lori. That absolutely rules, and you're absolutely speaking some actual factuals out there. We greatly appreciate it. And, you know, as you all keep knocking out both the donations and the bar towards 25K, we have gotten up to 74% on any percent all major glitches for Legend of Zelda Link to the Past as well. So keep them rolling in, keep dropping those bombs, as PT would put it, and we will have a great time up here. And let's see if we can hit that 25K as well. I saw someone in the chat be like, wait, we're up to 24K? Where did we leave off yesterday? 21K. We're smoothing out here.
Thank you so very much. So as you can see here, Honeybottoms is a little bit of a nightmare. So there's several things that are going on here that I am going to talk about because we did have to take a death there and reset. So the first phase is kind of an easy enough to explain phase. There's a bee that comes out that's a cop. We don't do that, and therefore we just have to get rid of him ASAP. But then after that, you deal with Honeybottom herself. And Honeybottom herself is the real challenge of the fight because she does stuff like what we saw here where she's coming on the sides, she's shooting nonsense that we don't want. And then we might not get the phase skip here because she did both sides instead of the middle, which we would have wanted at some point. And the big thing with this fight that's kind of terrifying is really the aspect of her coming into the sides and dealing with her spears and or the triangles. The triangles are actually what nightmares are made of. Thank you so much, Cypherin. Oh, God, buzzsaw! Oh, other one. Got you.
Beautiful work. Great teamwork.
Amazing.
Yeah, get her out of here.
Amazing.
I don't think I got you that time, though. And Honeybottoms is a tough fight. She's a tough fight. So the big reason we want to skip the airplane phase, as you're seeing here, is because there's just a lot going on, and it's not the best thing to deal with. She has the buzzsaws, which will take her up on the entire side of the screen. But then on top of being on the entire side of the screen, okay, I need you to get out of my face, thank you. While she's on the entire side of the screen, she also can shoot those fists, and those fists just kind of do whatever they want to do while flying all over the place. When you see her on the sides here, she'll either do the triangles or the spheres. In this case, we're going to do triangles again because she hates us. She hates joy. One may even say she's racist.
Wow.
Maybe.
Wow.
Actual
Maybe.
racism.
Maybe.
This is exactly what we want. So now that she's in the center, this is free real estate because her body is going to be a hitbox and her face is a hitbox. We're ideally going to try and stay up top here. With the exception of me, I forgot how to get down. And then we're just going to keep on doing damage where we can. She is someone that has a shared health bar, so we're going to try and over damage her out of that third phase so that we don't have to deal with it. We didn't quite get it, but she should be close to death. And she's out of here.
Look at
Nice.
that.
So
At least she
Good
knows.
job.
So even though we
Real.
didn't get the skip, we did get a fast airplane, which is ideal. You don't want her to get up and running. The big thing about the skip too is that if you nail that skip, that's how you wind up with a run of her that is always sub 1 minute, if not a minute flat. It's just a lot of focus and a lot of technicalities. And one of the things that's really fun about the Cuphead run in particular is that I'm going to say something very, very wild while we're sitting on the stage. Cuphead is a pretty cozy speed run to get into. You have access to everything that you need in order to be successful, and a lot of the tricks and the skips are very, very, very accessible. Although I am going to focus up on Cal here with my partner, because Cal kind of sucks.
We've got a Timu Dr. Wily on the screen here.
Oh my God.
I was gonna say this boss looked familiar, but in a way that I don't know.
I don't know if it's right, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's right.
Well, while
This is
we're
at their
guessing,
flying level, and the tech is pretty similar to what you've seen in other ones. If we want to get another donation or so read off, it'd be great timing.
yeah, absolutely. While you're beating down this robot here, they're beating up the scoreboard when it comes to donations. We have $20 from GOG Pauly saying to 25K Black Joy. Heck yeah. Thank you so much for that donation. And we also have a $600 donation from Anonymous. The big numbers have been coming out here. They heard that they're needing to do a lot of damage, and they're trying to match your pace, and it is going wonderfully. So thank you so much, Anonymous, for that. Greatly appreciate you. And then we even have $51 from Ruppinator. No message attached to that, but still, the love is felt nonetheless. So thank you so much for that donation. And with that as well, we are around, doing some quick math, mind you, so you can't blow me up for this if I'm wrong, around $600 left for the 80% all major glitches at Legend of Zelda run. So keep that train rolling, and we'll be able to arrive at the station very quickly.
Love that. Thank you for donating towards racial equality, y'all. Really, really love this.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, everybody, for all the love and support. Also, if you want to donate to something to celebrate, so this is actually my first official speed run on the stage, if not my first official speed run.
Yo, let's go.
Wow.
Come on now.
So
Let's get hyped for that.
So I actually, I did, once upon a time, my first speed run that I didn't put on the boards was with the Messenger 8-bit No Out of Bounds. And then I did, for a little bit, Katana Zero, Any %. But in terms of like a formal setting and taking it far and trying to be a big kid streamer, this is the first one. So this is Sally Stagecoach.
Proud of you.
Thank you so much. This is Sally Stagecoach. This is kind of a interesting fight. I learned from the official art book that I have at home that apparently she is based on a combination of ragtime theater, stage coaching, and also a Samurai Showdown fighting character.
Yeah, she's a very pick-me girl, if you ask me.
Whoa! Whoa!
Sorry.
Whoa! Whoa! You can't just say those kinds of things! Oh my giggles!
Focus on the run here and how good these two are doing, right? You're right.
So the Sally Stagecoach fight is particularly interesting because when she jumps up like that, she's going to do one of two things guaranteed. She's either going to stay static for a second and then jump, throw down a fan, or she's going to dive kick you, which is very ironic considering the game that we had earlier this week for, that was my fault entirely, thank you so much. It was actually strats. It was strats. I was being smart. That was calculated. That's what I'm going to say. But yeah, she has dive kicks in there, and the dive kicks guaranteed will always... Woo! That rose was terrifying. Ooh, it's on me for the umbrella. I'm cooked. She's cooked too. Thank you. We take that. It was a trade-off. It was a trade.
Nice.
Great. That was great.
Nice.
So, yeah, this is my first time actually doing something in this capacity, and I wanted to shout out one of the donations that came out too from GOG Poly. That's actually my partner of 11 years that just donated. And
Love that.
I do want to say thank you so much, Bobby, for being up and watching, standing on the sidelines to see what the titles are and cheering me on. I was thinking about this in my hotel room and how it's kind of like if you're familiar with that Jada Pinkett Smith meme where she's like standing there all elegant looking at the camera serious and she's kind of posing, and then Will Smith is on the side just with his arms out like, so this one is mine. And I appreciate him having those vibes all day long because he sees the amount of work I do and how I'm always busy doing stuff, and I appreciate you a ton for letting me be able to do the things that I have a lot of passion for.
Oh, I love it.
No, that's wonderful.
I don't love this rat though, so he's got to get out of here. He's doing a lot.
Hey, unfortunately, the rat was on the screen for that lovely, expose that we just got to hear. But don't worry, they're gonna make quick work of this rat because we prefer to see cats over rats.
Yes.
That thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cats over rats is valid.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to play some of that hate with some love here?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got $25 from Laszlo saying, Black Joy, heck yeah!
Black Joy, heck yeah!
Less than 3. Yeah. Black and the Flash events are always top tier, and this weekend has been no exception. Love you bunches, PT. Let's keep raising money for Race Forward. Absolutely, you're spitting some actual fact shots there, Laszlo. So thank you so much. And just as a reminder, our donations here are going to the charity Race Forward. And to tell you a little bit about it, that Race Forward believes that housing is a human right and not a commodity. Their housing and land justice initiative helps to fight and eliminate the racial hierarchies in property ownership and create solutions to ensure stable, dignified, and affordable houses for all communities. So that is just a fraction of what Race Forward does. So please keep bringing those donations. Every little bit helps, and we greatly appreciate you all keeping the love flowing here as we march to 25K before this run is over, as a matter of fact, as well. 20 minutes-ish.
Nice.
All right, so the runners here made sure to eat their spinach before taking on this former Popeye boss. Okay, so they got this covered.
Sorry to
Jen.
have to issue an apology to Nadia. Yes, we shot the dogs. No, I won't feel bad about it. No, I won't feel bad about it. The dogs suck. But yeah, this is another one of those bosses that is just a lot going on. This is really kind of like your showcase of aisle 3 because you have things that you can call out here. We have the barrel. I like to say that I'm always on barrel duty. By the way, the ship is alive. There's an octopus that's shooting marbles at us because that's just weird. I almost said something inappropriate. And then there's also dogs that can come out and beat us up. But then there's like a squid that can come out with some ink, and he's really obnoxious. Oh my God, I just summoned him. That's a terrible thing. There's just a lot.
And what's really cool here, if you notice, they are actually hugging the ship currently because the ship won't do damage during that phase. So it's a really nice way to stay aggressive like they have been while dealing with all this nonsense that you're seeing from these loop-de-loops and these big old laser blasts. Someone's got heartburn, not me.
Wow. Wow.
I just want to take a moment to
That was-
highlight how the uvula has a face.
Oh,
right? It's bad.
I did not notice that until you said it.
Yeah, that boss.
That's weird.
That boss is a lot because there's a sentient barrel. The ship is sentient. The uvula is sentient. There's dogs that are coming out the water that are sentient. There's a squid. There's a shark. But then there's also an octopus that has like the worst case of hairballs I've ever seen in my life. And then there's a man. Dealer's choice on what the most terrifying thing is that I just named there.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, I was like, meanwhile, Calamaria's cute.
Level, right?
Yes. Calamaria we love. Not because her name sounds like a little bit like calamari, but Calamaria we love. And she has an octopus claw on her head. There's not really a whole lot we can talk about here. There's going to be some stuff that we do. Oh, I got to get my partner. There's really going to be some stuff that we can do on her second and third phase, but otherwise, this might be a good spot to encourage everyone to close that gap to 25K. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
she's a water Betty boop, so let's get some good donation boops coming on, huh?
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
a boop from Anarchy here for $15 saying, "Hi PT and Cypherin. Really can't overstate how proud I am of both of you, and both of you learning this run for Back to Black. Both of you are truly pillars of the community, and I am so thankful I've gotten to know you. You have made me a better speedrunner and person for knowing you both, and you are absolutely killing it so far. So chat, let's keep raising money for Race Forward, and let's keep celebrating Black Joy. So thank you so much, Anarchy, also a person who works with us as well. So much love to you, and I hope that you're doing well from personally right here in my heart."
Oh my gosh.
oh.
Thank you so much, Anarchy. All the love and joy from you. We'll get you here next year for sure, Z's. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. Anarchy was going to join us, but unfortunately there's a couple of circumstances that prevented that from happening. But Anarchy knows that she's always here with us in spirit to the utmost degree.
Absolutely. And we keep marching forward here as well. We've reached under $400 remaining for 80% all major glitches. And we're about $600 away from breaking that 25K before the end of this run here. And the board just keeps updating every time I say something. Just keep it going at this point here. I just want to see that 25K now.
I believe.
Every time I look, it just keeps going up. It's amazing.
One may even say number go up. But again, thank you so much, everybody, for all your love and support. We cannot overstate how much it helps the mission with Race Forward and how they work on so many things with racial inequalities, racial justice, dismantling police states and police systems. But then on top of all of that, just trying to bring in better education and all types of things for not just the Black community, but the POC community at large. And always remember that that overlaps with everything that's going on around us, because if you're helping out the POC community, you're also helping the LGBTQ community, you're helping the disabled community, you're helping all the marginalized communities when you're helping one. So please, please, please do not stop the donations. It is so, so, so appreciated. Race Forward appreciates it, and I definitely appreciate it.
Heck yeah. So well said.
We appreciate you taking out phase one, lickety split.
Get that man out of here.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. We're tired of him. So this is
my favorite boss.
This boss is actually really dope, but he is also a notorious casual and speed running wall.
Yes.
He's a huge wall. Just because you have so many things going on with the phases, and every phase is very much handled very, very differently. The first phase that you saw, we had a man that was shooting eyeballs out of his hands. We don't talk about what's going on with that. But, you know, we got rid of him because we don't like being traumatized by a man who has eyeballs for hands, ? But then we also had the skeleton, and oh god, I got us.
I save.
It could have been way worse. Oh god.
Oh, good save again.
Okay.
Yeah. This is rough. It comes at you from all angles.
Yeah, it does. It comes at you from everywhere. It comes at you fast. There's a non-zero chance that we'll take the death here, and that's very okay, because this is a rough boss. Again, you have eyeball hands, which is one phasing, and you have to be on the edge of the cart to make sure you can get all that damage in quickly. And in this particular fight, Cypherin and I kind of hit a designated kind of specific duty setup. So Cypherin in the first phase will handle all the bricks, whereas I will just focus on actual damage. I got that. We have that. Okay, we're good.
So smooth.
We had to get all three of those knocked out. We had an agenda to fulfill. All right, let's get him
I
out
have
of
a little
here.
bit of an agenda to fulfill here.
Oh, what's up?
Oh.
Yeah. So we have $50 from Courtney Rail saying, PT, I agree with you about Fever being the better Dr. Mario track.
Correct.
But I cannot let this candy corn slander go uncommented on.
We're breaking up.
What I will give you is I have never heard anybody say candy corn is their favorite, but it's a good mid-tier nibbling candy. Cypherin, I hope you feel better soon. Did I hear Earl Grey tea mentioned? I'm a root beer Earl person myself. Trans right, Black Joy. Good luck.
Wow.
There's a lot to unpack with that. No, like they actually covered every topic piece. Where do we start with that? Okay, so first and foremost, like candy corn is bottom tier. Like we need to just be honest about that. We have to be honest about that. Candy corn is actually bottom tier.
Excuse me.
It's bottom tier.
No.
It is bottom tier.
No.
Candy corn is so bad. That was my fault completely, Cypherin, and I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Certain
And
salads are
you-
bottom tier, not
were-
candy corn.
You were speaking the truth. Candy corn is terrible.
Wow.
How dare.
Not we're breaking. See, now look at what you're doing. You're making Cypherin talk when he doesn't feel good. Doesn't that make you feel bad?
I just don't know what to say about this.
No, the slander on candy corn is what's hurting my feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't help that the truth hurts. Like,
Oof.
it's just one of those things. Candy corn is bottom tier. That's like saying you willfully eat, what is it? It's not Smarties, because everyone has a different thing for Smarties. It's like saying you willingly, we're going to wait this one out because that's just bad space.
Neckos are pretty chalk-like.
Oh, God, awful.
Yeah, those are pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Those
We
are
could all
rough.
agree there. We're all shaking hands
Yeah,
now.
it's kind of like
Yeah, thank you.
It's kind of like when you have your growing up phase of realizing that Whoppers are terrible. Whoppers suck. Like
I know, but why?
Did we just hit 25K?
We just hit 25K and well beyond it on top of everything else too. This is flying by in so many ways, shapes, and forms, and the community out there is kicking a lot of butt here. Thank you so much. And that also includes a nice $5 donation from Dynamite saying donating 5 bones to save the dogs that you injured your monster.
You know what? We're not doing
you're not
this
making
either.
any favors
You
out
saw
here, PT.
them.
You're losing the fan favorites.
No, we are not going to pretend that those dogs are not diabolical. First of all, they don't even have feet. Second of all, they come out the water with a vengeance trying to kill us. Third, it's really the part where they're trying to kill us. Emphasize that. Those dogs tried to kill me. And you're just like, but they're baby. No, they're not. They're actually brutalizers. They're brutalizers. They literally are trying to kill us. Everything in this game is trying to kill us, chat. That is the thing that you have to... I will say, you know what? I'm actually going to just go ahead and say it was invalidate the run. I'm going to just do that. No, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to be a good sport.
Well, hey, one thing that was validated was that any % Legend of Zelda run has been met. Thank you all at home for making that happen on top of that 25K. And that does leave the file name choice as well. Joy is winning currently with $345. There is still time to shift that if you so desire or establish that as the true goal. So when you're making those donations at gdq.gg/donate, you can always add in whatever bid wars, incentives, or anything else that you want to be considered for prize-wise, and then just be going from there. So please keep up the good work. Thank you all so much, and especially also much love to Amo, throwing $600 in there saying, let's get that 25K, which we heckin' did. Good luck, warrant runners. Less than 3 heart you.
Thank you so much.
Love that.
But yeah,
Love it.
like I was saying, this is a rough one. This has always been a rough one, and this is one that like you can lab it till you're blue in the face, but it's just a rough fight all around. Oop. Because again, everything is
You
gonna
have to go with that final phase of the train is the real kicker.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, there we go. Let's hang out over here.
His face just melted off.
I would say no. That's how I feel whenever I have to show up on this boss, just from a general standpoint.
Yeah.
Like learning this boss, this is the one that even in the Discord people will talk about. This is like your run killer, and one of the first main objectives they have that they advise for when you're doing this run and learning it is your first big thing is try to see if you can get a deathless run, and you'll see that that's easier said than done because this boss has it out for you. King Dice, which we'll be seeing here in a little bit, will have it out for you, and there's just a lot of scenarios that they're hateful, which you know they're bosses. in a game where you only get 3 health to their, in some cases, 1,200, in some cases, 600, in other cases, over 2 cheaters, actual cheaters being had. And I was just about to say I was playing it safe. Never mind, doesn't matter. I was playing it safe there too, because I want to get us out of here.
You did play it safe. You played it low on the screen, which is a great strategy for co-op because it gives an opportune time for the teammate to come in and save them, just in case.
That's actually a really good point to bring up too, is when you're playing the co-op stuff, the worst thing that could feasibly happen is if you die towards the top, because then it just becomes that much more impossible to actually get that taken care of. And another thing, I don't know if people have noticed it, is every time you die, your ghost starts moving faster. So that first one is kind of like that nice, gentle, hey, you should come pick up your homie. And then that second one is like, yeah, your homie died. You should come get him. By the time you get to that third one, they're just like, all right, you need to hurry up and get your friend. Ooh, you need to go. So for this particular boss, we're going to be doing some patterns. Oh, okay. I'm going to wait until Cypherin gets his first 3.
Excellent.
So the boss that we're dealing with here is King Dice. And King Dice is kind of a punk because you have to go through a couple of his lackeys before you can actually get to him. And all that is represented on a blackjack table, which is very fitting because, you know, it's King Dice. I'll come over. Okay, that works too. So what's
smoking's bad for you? Okay.
This boss proves it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
and the sneaky thing about this entire fight is, let's say you get through the 3 little mini bosses and whatnot, and you take on King Dice, and if you do lose the King Dice, you have to do the whole fight over again.
Oh.
Correct. Now,
yeah.
Speaking of RNG demons, though, RNG is overwhelmingly in our favor on this because you can see that above some of the numbers that they have hearts. And in our case, 2 of our 3 bosses have health above them. So that's going to amplify our ability to be able to really, really, really take this out with as minimal errors as possible. Or allow us to kind of play like, you know, whatever. Oh, I'm going to go down here. I'm messing up. So here we have Bun Bun. Bun Bun is my actual nightmare fuel. My actual nightmare fuel.
Oh, he's not cute. Bun Bun's not cute.
No, he's not. Are we looking at the same rabbit? There's no way we're looking at the same rabbit.
He's just, you know, a little buddy, just doing some magic tricks, you know.
No.
I think he's been out in the heat too long is what I'm looking at, you know?
Have you checked on your bunny lately? Has it been overheating? It's like, what's going on with that rabbit? Okay, so for the rest of these, we are trying to get a specific pattern. So the first numbers that Cypherin did were 3s, and for the rest of it, we're going to do 2s. Because we want to land on the 8 so we can get the 8 ball, then we'll land on safe, and then we'll land on Finn. Good job, Cypherin.
Good.
Nice.
And out of the bosses of this entire fight, this is probably the easiest one.
Correct.
Because they can set up their pattern really consistently over and over again. So let's go ahead and have some fun to watch how quick they take care of this dreaded 8 ball.
Oh my God, it's me playing billiards for real though, because I'm not the best at it. I love playing billiards, but I am not good by any stretch of the definition. It's just something I enjoy doing. Hey, you can get out, thank you.
Wow.
See? Like I said, fast.
Yes. Also, speaking back to some of that kind of different play style stuff, Cypherin has always kind of boasted that I am the one that leads, and he says just point and I kill. And what's funny about that is I've actually been practicing so much at this point that I kind of like can start vibing and feeling out whenever a boss is close to dead. I'm actually gonna get set up here so Cypherin can get this too, and we can start just dumping damage into him. Go, Moat.
Yeah,
I love to see this.
And a 3 is okay as well. As long as it's a 2 or 3, they're fine, folks.
Yep.
So here you go.
All right, so now we just want to kill King Dice. And the thing that's wild about this is that this man really said parry to live. Parry to live.
No, this is great. This fight's going superb right now.
Yep. And because it's parry to live, this is one of the few cases where if you have a parry that's more towards the middle or the top, because the cards take the entire bottom third, as long as you parry a card, you can almost guaranteed get to your partner. And getting King Dice on the first attempt, we take those.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's actually
That's
huge.
Clap in
awesome.
the chat, please.
Claps in the chat. Can we applaud chat with some more reads and donations, though, before we get into the final boss of the run?
Yeah, absolutely. You were talking about how Cypherin is just such a skilled runner amidst all this and different playstyles and whatnot, and that has not gone unnoted. We have AT Tree donating $50 saying, celebrating the auspicious occasion of PT's first speed run, and Cypherin's... hold on. I'm not sure I can count that high. In any case, here's to lots more black joy. Heck yeah. Thank you so much, AT Tree. And amidst everything here with the donations keep rolling in and everything like that, we have opened up a new bid wars for Warriors Abyss Select My Warrior between Guan Yu and Lu Bu. So now is the opportunity to throw some dollars that way, make your decision heard, because whichever donation comes first makes that automatically lead from the get-go. So make your voice be heard and go ahead and get that donation in. Make sure you select it when you do put that donation in as well. Do not skip it, and then you will be at the top of the board.
You should be getting out of here. I'm gonna have a moment of silence so I can hear what we need. All right, so the reason that I need that moment of silence is because there's a certain cue and a certain visual that you can see that allows you to kind of bypass the required loading on this boss. When you go downstairs to see the oversized devil, what'll happen there is the boys will actually panic for a second and go, oh my God, it's him. He's that dude, derogatory. And if you pause it at the right time, along with hitting the EX button, AKA the super button, then what'll happen is you'll bypass being scared about it and you're like, oh right, we're here to speed run and we're here to fight. So I need to go ahead and lock in. And that's what we got there. We also have these falling chips. A nice thing about the chips is that, oh no. I couldn't get it. The nice thing about the chips is that the first one is always going to be center, and then after that they will go left or right, and they will stay that way consistently for the entire run. And that was unfortunate because that was a really smooth devil too otherwise.
I was going to say everything was smooth until that one little bit.
I'm going to say it's because I was talking. So that means Ryyudo has to read more.
Hey, I got your back. So as well, we also have $25 from Sadistic Kitten saying, celebration for the first official speed run. Let's go, PT. And absolutely doing great work out there, PT. You're making everyone proud. Keep up the good work. And we also have $5 from Casasaur saying, so proud of you, PT, for getting on the big stage. Thank you for making Black in a Flash the group it is today. And Cypherin, no world of jokes, but here's some electronic ginger ale, which I'm sure that he will absolutely appreciate that. Thank you so much, Kaz. Greatly appreciate you as well. And we also have $50 from Railcoon saying, Black Joy, heck yeah. Good luck, Cypherin and PT. You've got this. Which, looking at the screen right now, it looks like you are going to get this for sure.
Yes. That one was just a little bit rough. I actually took a lot of damage in the early phase there, which was super unfortunate. And I think I'm going to spend a lot of my time focusing in, locking in, and thinking about what we need to be doing here. I noticed something when I was streaming as well, that like if I'm talking either not about the run or specifically about technicalities about the run, I somehow can focus. It's very weird.
It's a talent.
Is it a talent or is it like
I think it is.
I don't,
Not detriment.
I don't know. I feel like it could be question mark. Oh my God, I can't believe I actually dodged all those. Cypherin is the only one of us two that can get that duck out. I have tried that duck out and I always get cooked every single time. All right, we're gonna go in here.
Y'all are crushing it. Y'all are really crushing it.
Nice job.
Alrighty. Oh no, I can't get to that.
But you have enough health.
Oh no, you're right! I should have had Cypherin still health. It's okay. That's what happens though when you have a lot that's going on. And there's just a lot of technicalities and stuff too. But like I said, it's really accessible. Like all the things that we're talking about are things that are baked into the game already. Or conversely, you could just do TM. You could just do it. You can Nike swoosh it. I didn't realize how healthy I was though. You're absolutely correct. Shout outs to Jin though for trying to be the good commentator. And just being like, wait.
I wasn't fast enough.
You can do it. Like,
Well, heck, it's not just your couch that believes you can do it, but we also have the Valiant Son dropping $25 and saying, take some really awesome people to build such a community and such an awesome community, and PT and Cypherin are some of the best around. It's mathematically proven that joy is an act of resistance. So please have my most sincere black joy, heck yeah. Everyone is believing in you all. Keep up the good work. Let's go.
I just want to
Thank you
take,
so much,
I know
Valiant
that's
Son.
right.
I just want to take a hot moment to recognize how now that we both have 3 health is when he decided that he wants to give us good RNG, because we have not seen a bomb come out of his ear yet until this run. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it's like that? It's like that. Okay, cool. Nah, I'm not upset. You're upset. I don't know why you would think I'm bothered by that, because I've been fiending for those bombs so that we could get some parries, and they have not been showing up. So now, of course, we are both super healthy. We're doing well. We're going to be getting through this last phase. Time is on knockout, and that's time.
Nice.
GG's in the
GG.
Oh, let's get some
Yeah.
GG.
Heck yeah.
Congratulations. Let's go.
And I want to take
I
this.
want to be honest. You all make it look way too easy. Even when like the death might have occurred unwarranted, unwanted, you still found a way to come right back and just keep the pressure going. The aggressiveness, I know you say that you play a little bit more acutely, a little more technically.
Yes.
You crushed it with the consistency in your guys' approach. Excellent job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, you all have to be super in sync and really understanding of each other's gameplay and have a lot of practice in. So what you did was no easy feat. So hats off to y'all. That was absolutely incredible and amazing to watch.
And I'm going to go ahead and say I have to give more props specifically to Cypherin for muscling through this while under the weather, literally got sick for the entire event and said, nope, I'm committing, and said, we're just going to keep on doing it. We're going to keep on playing, and we're going to do the co-op bit. And I appreciate you so much, Cypherin, even though you definitely should be in bed.
I love this event. So I'm of course I'll drag myself by a pinky and get here. So
Okay.
it's a pleasure to run this with you. I like your way to learning the speed run and your dedication to it, just as along with your dedication to this group. So I'm glad to take part and play my part in it as well.
But before we get too comfy, so Cypherin, we have to show everybody the Beppi Skip Showcase.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We ain't done.
We have to show everyone the Beppi Skip.
We ain't done.
How you feeling?
that's right.
I almost forgot about that.
Oh, that's no good. So do you want me to go for it, or you want to go for it?
You go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I think we're trying to keep Cypherin alive right now.
Yes. So I want to explain this really fast for everybody and how this is going to work. So the Beppi Skip Showcase, we're going to start the timer over and we're going to put 10 minutes on the clock. The Beppi Skip is bar none the most technical skip in the entire game. Okay? The reason
Good luck in chat.
it is the most technical skip in the entire game. The reason we made it into an incentive is because I am no SBD Wolf. I am no Kithar. I am no any of the other top ones. But Cypher and I have had the opportunity and the blessing to both actually get the Beppi Skip a couple of times. So I am going to try to go for the Beppi Skip. The other side of this, however, is I am also going to have to explain some of this Beppi Skip so that everyone knows what's happening. Again, the Beppi Skip is the most technical thing in the entire game, and I'm giving myself 10 minutes to get it so that I can try and show it to everybody at least once. The plus side to that is if I get it, I'm going to try and see if I can go back and show you some of the other skips that we wanted to showcase to you today that we might not have been able to do. Now, the big thing that's going to be important about this is I am on single player, which means now my damage is back to normal. And you have to forgive me, I'm like getting a little bit of the shakes and the jitters.
I believe in you, PT. You got this.
So what we're going to try and do on Beppi here in particular is we are going to try and over damage him so much in his very first phase that his second phase effectively breaks. And the caveat to that is the second phase will break and he will stay in that balloon state for the rest of the fight, which is huge because it's a nice, large, easy target. In trade for that, you have non-stop balloons, Your roller coaster is still going, and the animation as though he has died will play the entire time. I am going to lead all your spirit bombs, all your power, all of your good lucks, because I have seen the Beppi skip. It is not an easy skip, but I want to try and show it off for everybody. So can we please get some good lucks and some hype in chat?
More good lucks. Come on, folks. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Lots and lots of good lucks.
All right, I'm going in. We can go ahead and count it down, starting in, if it's not going, I'm not looking at chat. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. And y'all are welcome to read donations and just banter at this point because I've explained all of it on purpose.
You're going to be locked in. No, absolutely understand that.
I have to. I do not have a choice. Although something here is wrong because I cannot switch my gun. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting Beppi trolled. What was that? What was happening?
Beppi applied the skip.
Right, yeah.
I have bad news for everybody. Nope,
Yes.
I think I can make this work. I think I can make it work. Because
Is it because of one player?
it's because of one player. I'm on Cypherin's control scheme, so now I'm doing a challenge run.
Oh,
That makes sense.
I hate that I'm gonna do this to you, Ray. I need you to pause the clock. I gotta switch it to my control scheme.
Well, hey, that's all right. While you go ahead and get that thing rolling there, you were speaking about, top runners a little bit earlier, and then Kurthar has actually dropped in $20 and is absolutely excited to see this, I'm sure. But it says, with the power of friendship, you can overcome anything and even beat the devil, which, heck yeah, we did see that. But actually, having actual finger guns certainly helps too. Good luck on the run, PT and Cypherin, and thank you as well, Kurthar, for that. Greatly appreciate you. And then additionally, we have another $25 from Shiny Ivone saying, hello, PT, Black in a Flash, and Race Forward. The world is struggling right now, but I appreciate the work y'all are doing to make the world a better place. Black history and blackness are global. Black joy is a part of resistance. And Black Lives Matter during including Black trans lives. Black joy, heck yeah, and greatly appreciate that as well. As a reminder to everybody, this entire event is for the charity Race Forward, and Back to Black 2026 benefits Race Forward, which works to transform the policies, institutions, and culture that impact our daily lives, ensuring that every person has the power and resources to thrive. To learn more about the charity, you can always go to raceforward.org and check out any of the things that they're organizing. You said you're good?
I am good, and I'm going to explain to everyone what just happened because I realized we never talked about it during the run. So I will recount us down then in 3, 2, 1. We got the thumbs up. So I need to explain something that we didn't talk about over the course of the entire run that is very important. If you want to play co-op with people on this, you can. And you can do that a variety of ways. In specific, you can do it the way that we're doing it, which is through Parsec. And that allowed us, I want to see how far I got. That allowed us to work together and play it with a much more seamless experience. However, the downside is that because I'm technically on Cypherin's file, I also had Cypherin's control scheme. And Cypherin and I have very, very different buttons. So that was weird. One may even say that was interesting, derogatory. I bet you that one was close. That one was close. So we'll know that we actually got the Beppi skip in particular if we get the explosions on the screen right away. Because like you see how fast that phase actually went.
That was fast.
That means we're right on the edge of it. So we're getting there. It's in the cards, chat. I need all your good lucks and all your spirit bombs. And thank you again to Keithar for that donation because, again, that's one of the top runners of this entire game. And I cannot... I overdamaged him. I cannot express enough how much I appreciate the Cuphead community coming out. I'm also going to take this entire time to actually shout out a lot of the Cuphead community because, as I said, this is like my first formal speed run. And it was one of those cases where I have tried a couple of speedrun communities and I didn't feel as good as I do in this one. And it's been delightful so far because everyone's been very helpful, very sweet, very kind. I remember when I first got started with this, I was very, very confused on a couple of things because I went to go do bosses, and in particular, it was Hildeberg that I was fighting against. And when she did her final phase, I was always so confused because she would phase, but then she didn't actually phase. I just heard all the sound bites for it. And I went in and I was like, hey, not to be the new kid on the block, but I'm trying to figure out why my phasing is giving me sound, but it is not giving me the actual phase out. And they were like, oh yeah, that's your V-Sync. How nice is your monitor? And I was like, I just got a new one. They're like, yeah, your monitor's too good for this game. Go ahead and turn off that V-Sync for me. And at that particular stage, my Hildeberg fixed herself, which is also one of the rules of the game, is that you cannot have on your V-Sync in some of these cases. So some of the other particular rulings of the game is going to be things around like your actual settings. It's going to also be, like I said, with co-op, you are allowed to use things like Parsec. I knew that was going to get me because he was in my way, and I know that one was close too. And then on top of all of that, like I said, the community has been super duper helpful, and anytime I've gone in with questions, they've been really cool too. So if you're looking to get started in speedrunning, it is actually a wonderful time over in the Cuphead community, and I mean that in earnest. I have been nothing but happy over here, and like I said, I've learned a lot from them. Everyone's been super duper helpful, and I was very nervous putting my post up about doing the Cuphead speedrun on the stage just because it was my first time and I knew there was a lot going on. They had a lot of things against us. So I've been sentimental. Please do something that allows me to not speak.
Well, I can go ahead and swing on in here and say that, the love has not stopped in the meantime whatsoever. We have $5 from Squishy and Meerkat saying, lovely to see PT on the stage for a regular, degular speed run. Cypherin's always a joy to see you running on the stage as well. Thank you for this amazing event. Black joy, heck yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at the way that was worded. You can go ahead and read a couple more donations. I'm probably going to be doing this for the remainder of the time. Either I'm going to get it or we're going to hit time, and that's okay because I gave it my best college try, and that one he ate one of my supers.
Hey, look, this whole event is about doing our best for the community as much as we can here. So if anything, that's just a real beacon to the effort that we're putting out. And all I can say is keep up the good work. Thank you so much. This goes both to UPT and the rest of chat as well. I guess a good time to actually talk about a little bit of our bid wars here. So I mentioned earlier for Warrior Abyss, there's Select My Warrior. I did misspeak a little bit because there are actually 4 selections on there between Guan Yu, Lubu, Ryu, and Yumiya. And this might be the only time you ever hear this advice. But this time I'm going to tell you, do pursue Lubu.
Ooh, that's
this
a
is the
wild
opportunity
comment.
to get him in there. Yeah,
That's a wild comment.
I am going to be the one who is standing behind Lubu and say, yo, go get him, champ. It's time to make Lubu get to the top. And this is my opportunity to get you all on board for that one as well. So whenever you're doing your donations at gdq.gg/donate, or you click the button if you're on Twitch, make sure you do select Lubu. Do it for me, do it for the memes, and do it for everyone else who's also a Lubu lover as well.
I feel like Lubu lover is actually a little bit of a stretch, if only because everyone at this point in their life should know you never approach Lubu. You don't do it. You don't do it because that man does not care about you. But today's the day. You're right. Today is the day. We approach Lubu. We might even embrace Lubu. Hug your local Lubu and enjoy Lubu. That's going to actually be a new campaign for someone's drink slogan and stuff. Enjoy Lubu.
Enjoy Lubu.
I might have overdamaged him here. I did. I saw my cards. So going back to the Cuphead community for a hot second, something else that they informed me of was that on this particular skip, a good little gauge to see whether or not you're going to be okay on damage is looking at your cards. And the cards that are in the very bottom there next to my HP indicate how many supers I have. If I have about 1.5 cards when I get over to this side, then that means it's time for me to go ahead and switch over to lobber trapping so that he can drive right into those lobber traps. Because again, every crumb of damage in this counts. Every single one. Whew, I need to get that out of here.
Wait, while you get your setting. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're perfectly fine. Go ahead. You got
I was
jobs
going
to
to
do.
say, while you get your crumbs and snacks together, we got a few more snacky poos here in terms of donations.
Okay.
We got Nadia putting in $10 saying, "Did you hurt my sea dog babies?"
I did.
You better not have.
I did. They spawned in the marathon, and I told you if they spawned in the marathon, I was going to shoot them, and I did. Those weren't
Well, look,
jokes. I wasn't
That's
playing with
between
you.
you and Nadia now.
It is.
I'm not going to be in between y'all. But says, much love, PT and Cypherin. Thank you for harboring such a wonderful community and helping with an amazing cause. Black joy, heck yeah. And also, good luck, Cat Boo.
Thank you. I'm trying real hard on this skip. I really, really am. But like I said, it's a super, super technical skip. And when you get it, you'll know. What am I at on time, by the way?
So we're looking at 7 minutes out of the 10.
Okay, cool. I had a feeling it was about that, but I wanted to make absolutely sure. So you can go ahead and keep on reading.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have $5 from Ashley. Oh, wow. No comment provided, but the love is still felt nonetheless. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. On top of everything else here, I have a donation from Professor Birch for $25. I'm not going to do this justice, and I'm going to apologize ahead of time because I do not know the Cuphead theme. So please imagine it for yourself, but I do.
I'm ready. Please, let's go.
Oh, wow.
Are you going to be able to convert it? I'm going to start saying the words. If you can do it afterwards, I would love that. All right, so at least non-sing-songy, because I just do not know the tune, unfortunately. Well, PT and their pal, Cypherin, they like to run these fights. By chance, they came upon this speed game, and gosh, they paid the price. Paid the price.
You're trying.
And now,
You're
now
trying.
they're fighting for their lives on a speed run fraught with dread. But they will proceed and surely succeed, because Black Joy is now just ahead.
That man sat there for so long.
Yeah.
Ooh, so you see it.
was
You see it
awesome.
right there. That was right on the edge of it. If I would have jumped over him, that would have been the one. Oh, that makes me sad. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. I just realized it. Can you still see? Oh yeah, Cypherin is sharing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. So that's something
Cypherin
else
might
I
be
didn't
sick, but
quite.
Cypherin is sick.
I would say that's something else I didn't quite say too. Is this is also super duper high risk strat because it's already super technical, but in order to pull it off, you almost guarantee, brother, you are way close to me. You can almost. Sorry, he was so close. So the other thing about this is going to be again.
Also, I'm going to tell you, 40-second warning.
Thank you.
No problem.
Like I said, it's a hard skip, and I wanted to try and do it. I'm going to give it a few more tries. I cannot believe how close I was that one time. All right, so let's do this.
This is tough.
It is.
No, this is hard.
This is a really, really good challenge, but you got this, PT.
I'm trying so hard, team. I want to show it so bad. You have no idea, because I want to pop off really bad too. All right, so we're gonna do this. Get some spreads going. So we're gonna start putting up our lobber trap. That man is driving way too close to me. He's been listening to the police on repeat. That one's gonna be right on the edge, and I can feel it. I'm gonna shoot him for like a half a second. I can feel it in my blood. I knew it was right there. I knew that was the difference between. That was literally the difference between one or two lobbers, and that's part of what makes it so technical too. Is like every bit of damage counts, every single one. So it's really, really you have to be locked in for it. And then I keep over damaging him because my cards are too far up. I think these are the last two attempts.
All right, last two?
Last two.
All right, gotcha. Well, while you're getting that last two out there, I want to get through a few more donations here. We have $25 from Chrono saying, "Great runners, good cause." When I read Chrono, I just got the pun. That is so good. That's an amazing name. Thank you so much for the donation. Greatly appreciate you. We also have $200 from Bottom Hat. No comment in there, but definitely feel the love for cheering you on. Thank you so much.
All right.
And one big thing out here, bidboard-wise, is that we have who's the better mascot between Sonic and Mario. And Sonic is currently winning with about $370 ahead. But this is a pure tug of war that will be going on the entire entire time there. So if you have some strong feelings towards Mario, whether it be love or disdain, now's the time to show it through that bid war. Please keep throwing it that way when you're doing your donations.
I just want to take a moment to say that if you're voting for Mario, that it is in fact anti-black. It's anti-black. I said what I said. You're not going to stop me. All right. After this one, we are going to call it, though. I realize I hijacked it a little bit.
Hey, people wanted to see you hijack it. That's why they're donating.
I know. Although this one I'm not going to be able to. Because I ran into a duck. But yeah, I think that's going to call it for me, unfortunately. Oh, I wanted to get it. It was so close so many different times. Oh, the game is still running. I'm not being stopped yet.
Really said, hold on, one more, just one more.
True speedrunner vibes is let me get one more in. Hang on a second. Hang on. I chased them out. Okay, we're good. So yeah, as you can see there, I keep getting to the end almost to the second phase. When I say that it's extraordinarily technical, it's a super duper technical skip. So I appreciate everyone donating to give us a chance to show it off and try to get it in there. I really wanted it to actually work. And I will be honest in saying that, like, this is where I speak on saying I'm baby speedrunner versus everyone else on here, but I really enjoyed this. I had a great time, and I'm so happy that I actually did get on stage. I hope that we can do something like this again under better circumstances, aka Cypherin is not sick, because I do feel like the illness is trying to hold my partner down, and I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate you, PT. Thank you.
Of course, please stop talking and go lay down after this. Do we want to give any shout outs or anything on the way out?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and just drop real quickly here and just give some love, and then we'll just go on from there.
All right, well, I'm going to keep this really brief. I've been PT. Thank you so much, everybody, for sitting around for my first ever speed run on the stage. It is super appreciated. I am not going to do a send-off because you're going to see more of me over the course of the event, and then I'm going to throw it to my two commentators and let Cypherin go on break, who also is a wonderful person. You can catch him on twitch.tv/Cypherin or Cyphering if you're going on social media. Ash, Jen, what do you got?
Jen, you go first.
Okay, well, my name's General Andrews, and I'm an avid speedrunner, and obviously one of the reasons why I got to link up with these amazing folks is for the love of Cuphead. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to be on here and join y'all, and let's start on over to Ash.
Hi, everyone. This is AshSaidHi. So excited to be here and spend the rest of the weekend with y'all at Back to Black. There's so much more to look forward to, so I'll see y'all in chat.
Awesome. Well, thank you all as well for joining.